Hey, good morning. It's Tim O here. It's July 26th, Sunday morning, 63 degrees. Going to be a beautiful day. Already had a nice weekend. Went up to the Lowell Folk Festival yesterday and met some friends up there. Our friends Irene, Paul, Anthony, his girlfriend Barbara, and their brother and sister-in-law. And it was just a great time. We went up there. We ate some food, listened to a little music, mostly just chilled and hung out with our friends, as I said, and it was just really nice. And we walked around. They really did a good job. It was like a bunch of streets all cordoned off, and it was really a good time. Um, and then we just got in the car and flew home, and we had a nice day. And today I'm going to be, today is a new day. Got up, fed the animals, watered the yard, had a really good morning so far. Gonna go to a meeting in a little while, and then we're gonna drop our little granddaughter Skylar off with her father, my son, and she's going to go about her day with them. And then tonight I got invited to a concert up at Great Woods in Mansfield of Chicago and Styx. So Styx is coming on first, and Chicago, and never seen either one of those bands. So it'll be nice to go and check out some music and eat some food and hang with some clean and sober people and have some good, clean fun. I'm looking forward to it. And the reason I get to do these things and the reason I'm not waking up this morning all geeked out and crazy, thinking like, how am I going to get something? The liquor stores are closed, the drug dealer ain't up, and all this stuff. You know, I don't have to live like that anymore. I don't have to wake up sweating and crazy and scheming and thinking, how am I going to go about this day? Who am I going to rob? Am I going to scam? I don't need to do that. I took my power back, and that's because I took myself a little bit more seriously. I gave myself more credit than I was giving myself. That I could do this. All I needed to do was stick around, listen, hear some people, get with some people, and start to work my life. And and I took my life back. And over the week, I was thinking, I've had a kind of a, there was a moment of clarity I got when I was sitting down the pond. I'm like, I've really had a sad life, and I've lost a lot of people, and I've lost, you know, stuff that was near and dear to me. But then I look at it, my girlfriend Carol got through cancer. I added like 20 more years onto my life because I got clean. I haven't been 20 years, I've been over 10, but I was coming in and out of here. But because I came to these programs, I got to live to the age that I am. I'm in my 60s, and I didn't die in my 30s like I thought I was, or even younger. So, I took my power back, man. And because I took that power back, I have some peace in my life, and I can pace my life. I can pace myself. I'm not doing 100 miles an hour. I don't have to do friggin' 50 things. I can find some balance in my life, balance out my relationship, balance out my relationships with my friends, even in recovery. You know, um, I can find balance within myself. And I never could do that, man. I was just like scrambled up. I said it before, but it was like a snow globe being shaken and everything's just floating all over the place. And then when each day would be over, it would all float down to the bottom, and then I'd just be numb. And man, I don't want that no more. I really don't. And nobody handed this to me. I had to do something. People can help you, people can guide you, sponsors can help you and go through the steps and all sorts of things, but you know, nobody was just handing this to me. I had to do something. I had to stand up, and I had to get myself together, and I had to use these things. I had to listen instead of talking all the time. I had to listen because when you're just in there and you just want to talk and and then you get up and walk out, you're not getting nothing. And I know a guy that's been coming in since I've been coming in. I've known him for about 17 years. And this dude has not got it. And this dude will not listen and will not do anything, but he makes sure he gets in there and blames everybody around him for his faults and then walks out the door and comes back again for a coffee and donuts. And he's always welcome. You know, I wish him the best. I've been rooting for him for years. But I see that, you know, mental illness is a big thing with this disease. And some people just don't want it. And some people just come in and because there's no other place to go. And like I said, we welcome everybody, so he's welcome. And I do hope someday that he gets it. But, you know, now, you know, I walk a little slower. I'm older. But I also mean that in a way that, like, I don't have to rush everywhere. I don't have to be waiting for some chump to come by and give me drugs and make me wait all day long for that bastard, and I'm all upset. And then when I see him, it's like, hey man, how you doing? All of a sudden he's God. The thrill of the chase. I don't miss that at all. Not at all. I smile, you know. I love music. I love nature. I love my family. I love the family I have in these programs. I love the new family that I've met because I chose to start going to some new meetings during the day, and I've really met a great bunch of people, and it's really awesome to be with them. And you know what? We're in a program where they teach you to keep saying yes, you know, say yes to everything. I heard this guy, Jimmy, say to me one time, he goes, sometimes you got to say no. And no is more a powerful word than yes. And, you know, I was like, yeah, I've had to say no to people that wanted me to sponsor them because they don't do anything. They don't want to do anything. They just want to name a sponsor and name. And it's not, I've watched them. I've seen what they do. I've learned to say no, that like, no, I don't have to go to every party, or I don't have to go to every fight that I'm invited to. And everybody wants to argue whether it's on politics or it's on something. I don't need to do that stuff. I don't need to go to a party where everybody's drinking and I'm the only sober guy there sitting there all day long, smelling this stuff, watching the actions of people as they get drunker and drunker. It doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather go down to my meeting and be with some people, even if it's only for an hour, and then walk the hell home. I'm good with that, man. I really am. And I'm living for me now. I'm not living for the drug. I'm not living for other people, not, you know, some people pleaser. I love to help and be help and do all the work around this house so Carol doesn't have to, and we have a beautiful little house that we can come home to and be proud of. But I'm living for me. I was born in this world alone. I'll most likely go out alone. And I want to live my life. Going up to that thing, you know, I don't want to keep saying no. I remember my buddy Joe said to me, you know, God rest his soul. Joe was older, but he said to me, he goes, quit saying no to everything, Tim, because one day you're not going to be able to do them. And two, you keep saying no to things, nobody's going to invite you anywhere anymore. So you know what? When I can go to a show, I'll go to a show. When I can go to a meeting and meet people, I'll go to that meeting. And we can take a ride up and go to the folk festival yesterday just to hang out and eat some food and listen to some music. I'll do that. And I can't do everything, but I like living my life because I wasn't living before. I was just surviving. And just, you know, looking for approval in things that, you know, really were kind of foolish when I look at them, you know. So yeah, man, you know, today's been a good day so far. and I think it's going to be a good day for the rest of the day. Looking forward to some music tonight. And, you know, I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to be with my family. I'm going to watch my granddaughter go back to my son. And, she's only here for the summer. She lives out in Colorado, so we try to get her as much as we can and show her a good time. And, today I'm not feeling down. I'm a little tired. I walked yesterday with my sponsor for about 4 miles. Me, him, and another guy went to a meet, and then was walking all day up there, doing work around the yard. But I have that power in me now. I'm not like some drugged out guy that's just laying on the couch and watching his days just fade away. I like to get up. I'm grateful that I have 2 legs that can get me around at my age. And I'm grateful that I turned this stuff around, because you know what? I don't know whether I would have been dead now, but I would have been a walking dead man. Because of all these years that I've spent, another 10 years that I stayed clean, if I was out there for another 10 years, I'd be just a walking dead man, because at the end, I was a walking dead man anyways. I had no feelings, I had no compassion, I had no hobbies, I had nothing. I might have had an apartment, but that was basically a place where I could lay my head and suffer going through withdrawals. So, today I take the focus off of everything that went wrong in my life, and I try to build new days where things are right. And, reset my thinking, and I just keep on moving on. I don't sit back, I just keep on moving on. And I focus on the things that are going right. And I focus on what's going on today, what's going on right now. Not everything in the past, not everything from yesterday, not everything from 10 years ago or 10 days ago. That shit's already happened. I'm looking about today. What am I willing to do today to have a good day and to make my life a little better? And that's what ignites me. And that's what is on my thinking mind now. Not all about the past. And I lived in the past. It was all about what I did, what I didn't do, what was done to me. It's all a bunch of shit. That's listen, I don't mean it as, a lot of stuff was done to us, or we did to ourselves, or done to others, and that does stay in your mind. But when you're looking at it, you got to look at it one day at a time, what that means. And that day starts today. First step we ever took was when we stepped into a meeting. First step we can take today is to step into this day and try to have a good one. And that's what I plan to do. So listen, it's a beautiful day out here in the Boston area, so I hope you get to enjoy it. And if you're not from the Boston area, enjoy wherever you're at and whatever type of weather there is, because it's more than just the weather. It's about how we make the day. And please, if you get anything from this, please leave a like, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to talk to somebody, some of you with the same interests. And if anybody could use this video right now, please share it with them, because I'm not here to do anything but just pass on a message of hope, because there is hope in life. And there is hope in addiction, that we can get through it and get out of it. So listen, have a great day. Tim O here. Take care.